We maintain a positive outlook on the China economy, and we see a lot of continuous opportunities to growth.
ABB has been deeply rooted in China for years. And how does ABB assess the growth prospects of the Chinese market, and what are ABB's development plans for the future?
China is strategically very important market for us. Now, today we have very comprehensive business activities with all the supply chain operations, R&D, sales, but also the services located here in China for China. Around 85% of our manufacturing in China for China is local. And this includes all the activities, not only manufacturing, but also the engineering, R&D, supply chain. And we go a lot more also Chinese vendors.
Could you share specific data or examples that demonstrate ABB's Motion's accomplishments in China under the impetus of the country's reform and opening up policy?
China is our second largest market, very important for ABB, and especially for Motion. When we think about the years, the Chinese reform and opening policy, we invested very heavily in China for China. And we came here in 1994, and I think we have significant development. So we have now the real hubs in Beijing, in Shanghai and Nanjing. Since 2008, we've been the leading company of variable speed drives in China until these days. I would say that this 30 years has been really a success time frame, and we'll continue to invest a lot.
As China aims to peak carbon emissions before 2030 and achieve carbon neutrality before 2060, how is ABB Motion supporting industries in their energy transition, particularly focusing on energy efficiency and decarbonization?
Yeah, this is a really good question, because the overall carbon emission decrease is part of our core for ABB Motion. If you take an example to illustrate this, our deliveries, that until last year we have delivered to China around 13 million variable speed drives and also the high efficiency motors. And these together save around 570 million kilowatt hours of electricity. And to get a little bit perspective, this is equal as this capital city Beijing electricity consumption of 4 years. So I think these green values are so important, and while we continue this energy efficiency and decarbonization, we can do a lot more. But that's really our core. We bring the core to China for China, and again, we will continue to invest more.
So what's bringing you to China this time, and what are your expectations for China's economic prospects?
First of all, it's always great to come to China. You feel welcome, you come here. China is moving so fast, it's very dynamic, and if you don't visit periodically, you don't know what is happening here. That's the important thing. We maintain a positive outlook on the China economy, and we see a lot of continuous opportunities to growth. What we know about the manufacturing, that around 30% of the global manufacturing is China, so it's a very crucial part that we actively participate and develop further our activities. Based on our understanding, like 2/3 of the global sustainable investment in clean energy is happening in China. And also the massive innovations, over like 500 billion investment for R&D are in China. So this is well aligned with our high focus on technology, R&D and investment. And we'll expect that this focus in China will continue, and in parallel, we will also continue to invest more.
This year marks 50 years of ABB's low voltage drives. So how has this technology evolved over time, and what role has the Chinese market played in this innovation?
That's a great question. Starting 1975, the first deliveries in Finland to nuclear plant and sawmill, this turned to be a 15 billion global business annually, and China is the huge market. What I particularly address in China, that it's not only the energy efficiency enable for industries, it's really driving the collaboration. I think the Chinese market and the sophistication is also now leading us in some areas, and we will continue to collaborate very closely with global and local team while we continue to invest a lot in China for the local success in future.